found that one of the most frequently asked questions through the past several years from parents and guardians has been how to navigate Google Classroom. While at this point in time, parents and guardians do not have direct access to a child's classroom account, this is what it will look like if you were to sit down with your child to go over any assignments that have been posted. This student, whose account we are looking at right now, named Tucker, is currently enrolled in 2 separate classes. Both classes show on the home page any assignments that are due within this upcoming week. So right there, as soon as you log into Google Classroom, you can see any assignment that is due, and if you hover over the assignment, it will bring you directly to that assignment within that particular class. If I were to click on Mrs. Brown's Google Classroom site right here, it will take us to this particular course, and this is the home screen of Mrs. Brown's Google Classroom. If you click on this little down arrow, it just gives you a little bit more information about the class. Right here you will see in the stream, and you'll notice up here it says stream, this part that's highlighted. In the stream, these are any important announcements that have been posted, as well as over here in upcoming, any assignments that are due this week. So if I were to go over here to upcoming, I could either click on the particular assignment that is due tomorrow at 2:15 p.m., or I can click down here at View All. If I were to click on View All, this takes me to all assignments that Mrs. Brown has assigned to students and allows the student and parent or guardian to see what has already been turned in, what has already been returned to the student, and which assignments might still be missing. So if we take a look right here, Tucker has been given 3 assignments. One was due last week on August 11th at 2:15 p.m. entitled, "Why Haven't You Done This Assignment Yet?" And it is noted right here as missing. So Tucker could just click right here and then work on the assignment. He has an assignment that is due tomorrow called, "What Do You Want to Learn in History?" And then he has an assignment that he has already completed called All About You. And you'll notice right here that the teacher has already graded the assignment, so you can see the grade right here. If you were to click on it, you would be able to see any comments or feedback that the teacher also gave along with the grade. You'll notice underneath the grade that this particular assignment had been submitted late. If you see the done late right here, that means that the assignment was submitted after the actual due date. Now, we can also navigate as this gets longer throughout the school year to the assigned homework or classwork assignments. Assigned simply means that the student has not yet submitted that work. It has been assigned to students and it has not yet been submitted. Returned, obviously this is what has already been graded. And once a teacher grades an assignment, they return it back to the student, which gives ownership of the assignment back to the student. Missing assignments, you will see anything that is past due and has not yet been turned in. Now, if we go back to Mrs. Brown's Google Classroom, most students will be accessing their schoolwork by going up to the very top right here and simply clicking on Classwork. Most teachers will have their class divided into different topics, and the topics are decided by the teacher. I happen to have this done just week by week because it's an example. Many teachers do it unit by unit so that you can click on a particular unit and see what has been assigned within that unit. So right here, if I look at the week of August 10th through 14th, there were 2 assignments posted. One was submitted and already turned in and returned, and it has been graded. The other one was not yet submitted, and you can see that it's missing. You'll notice if we go to all topics that any assignments that have already been submitted are kind of grayed out. They're not highlighted as much as the assignments that are still due. So that's a quick visual as you go into the classwork tab to see what has already been submitted and what has not yet been submitted. Another thing that Google automatically does for the student is creates a calendar for students. So if I click on this calendar right here, you will see what assignments are due very soon in the upcoming week, or you can change the layout so that it can be the month or whatever. So you'll notice the two different colors here. That's because these are two different Google Class sites. So the nice thing that Google does for the student is actually syncs up all of the classes together and creates that time frame of when the assignments are due. And if you click on the assignment right here, it will give you a direct link to the assignment that is due on Thursday the 20th at 2:15 p.m. So we go back to Google Classroom right here. Hopefully you can also take a look at a to-do list right here. And again, the to-do list is something that shows you what is due, when it is due. And it also highlights what is missing. So the very first thing that will show up on the to-do list is any missing assignments that are past due. And then it will actually give the students all of their assignments in order of what is due and when it is due. And then here is your to-do list, what has already been done, what has been turned in, and it also gives you the grade right there of what the student has finished. So we're going to go back to Google Classes. I hope that this was at least somewhat helpful to you and hopefully makes navigating Google Classroom and understanding Google Classroom a little bit easier for our parents and guardians, and maybe for some of our students too.